Good morning, Karen Scholl, Operations Section Chief with the Alaska Incident Management Team on the August Complex North Zone. Operational briefing for September 30th. The whole complex looking at 949,000 acres approximately, and we're close to 47% containment. Most of that containment is from the south along our west flank, our very far west in the west zone, and then along our east flank. We still have good containment there. Yesterday was a pretty good day for us. The inversion was in. We had a cap over the fire, so good and bad. Allowed for not as explosive fire growth. It also produces a ton of smoke, and so visibility was really challenging for our crews trying to move around. Starting on the east side, so the east side is still holding very well. We're not getting interference from the Zog fire, so that fire grew rapidly, a couple civilian fatalities in that, and we're still keeping an eye on it and coordinating with that fire on how it's affecting things to the west and to the south. But it sounds like they're getting containment at least on the southern portion that would affect us most immediately. Our whole east flank is still holding, and crews were able to close in near Red Mountain to our containment lines, and that held all yesterday and through last night, so this is a good stroke. We're increasing our flank in order to help pinch this off, so this is a big win, continues to be, so we'll see how this goes over the next couple of days, but this is good news for us. It's still holding on the old buck fire down here, and this is really treacherous terrain with a lot of snags, so that's why we're not putting people in here, but it hasn't moved, so that's really good news. And then we'll continue to work on this piece, trying to close this up nice and slowly, and we do have a fallback line already established if we need to go there to use that. Up in structure, the structure group continues to strengthen their plan and communicate the intent here. We are not intending to burn around Post Mountain until we absolutely need to, and with the conditions that we're looking for. So fire continues back down towards the 36. We want it to come down to the 36 nice and slowly, and then if we need to, we can fire along the 36 and close this up. Not anticipating any red flag warnings or high wind events in the next couple of days, so everything is looking good here. South of the 36. North of the 36 from Forest Glen, fire growth. We did have fire growth yesterday, predominantly topography and fuels driven, which means fire wants to move where there are fuels and wants to move uphill and then back down the hills and then do a slope reversal and then come up the other side. So that's basically how the fire is progressing to the northwest. It is bumping close to Hidden Valley. We've got folks in there providing structure protection, but just know that it is in that area and we are aware of it and we are working on it. As far as containment along the fire north of the 36, we're having difficulty with access, and pretty much it's going to come into the South-Trinity fork, and we can't really cross that. So we're looking for that bigger box we keep talking about, and that's going to probably start following the South Fork Mountain up to the north, and then we'll bring it across where we can up near Ham Palm. So communities right now, Bear, Wallow, and Friend Mountain, those communities are under an evac warning. So really, please help us with that. Be ready to go, and please go when it gets converted to an evac order. Down in the Ruth Valley area and Hentonshaw, yesterday we had a lot of firefighting happening in and around structures. We had defensive firing, meaning we introduced fire just to make it back away from some homes. We anticipate doing that again today in some areas to try and backfire away from the homes to provide structural protection there. So we had quite a bit of that happening yesterday and anticipate doing a lot more of that today. The valley to the north, we're still looking at all the structures in here and trying to come up with a plan to do some firing if needed in the old picket fire, and then also structural protection around the whole north of Ruth Lake. So that's kind of the big overview. We're anticipating weather to be pretty similar today as it was yesterday, a little more westerly, northwesterly wind as the winds over the week will swing around to the southwest. So we're anticipating some relative humidity recoveries overnight as the marine layer comes in over the next couple of nights. That'll help reduce the fire behavior and fire activity so we can work to get in and catch an edge and start trying to drive containment along the southwest flank. So that's what we're anticipating for the week for weather. And that brings us up to the end of today's operational briefing. Thanks, and we'll talk to you later.